basically, what I want to let you guys know is that what we I think figured out is that when we eliminate lessons or eliminate classrooms is going to be the easiest thing for streaming. So if you grade, say if you grade up and you end up at home for the lesson, we're going to still be doing the eliminate. And I'll get all that, I'm going to get that posted this weekend so everybody has that information ready to go. And then what I'll do is once we've got the recording downloaded, I'll actually make it work and put it up on YouTube. But I know that you've heard it's a little bit easier for a lot of people to access some things. And that way, if you can be on your phone, you can watch it on your phone, you can be on any kind of phone. And that's for an app product, unless you have a certain kind of app on there, you can't get certain things on there. So this will allow you to get the information wherever you're at. So that's kind of what's going to happen. I'll put something up for that, and that will help also the people that are on the other end that either haven't watched the recording or coming to the session live on their end. Most people won't be live today again, but they'll look at the recording. But next week, we'll probably start seeing some people showing up in here, into the SLAR and that kind of stuff, and see their questions coming up. So if I back to it, and you close and see somebody put something up there, it's going to give me an indicator, something quietly, that maybe there's somebody that we're asking questions, we can help each other out, so we can all do well at that. But that's the goal and that's one of the goals that you guys need here in person, is to help you pass the class or use stuff to with math. But I know math is probably all the subjects, the one class that is hard to teach yourself and hard to learn on your own. And so I want to make sure that you have those opportunities to success. Okay? So with that, today we're going to look at a new topic. But before we look at that new topic, which is going to be, I call it foundation, because it's kind of a review of a couple things that should be already in measure center. Okay? And so before we start that, just a reminder that Unit 1 is basically wrapped up as of Monday, and the Unit 1 test is going to be on Tuesday. Now, make sure you go back and look at the announcement for the deadlines, because the deadlines are posted in the announcement for everything in Unit 1. That's your note deadlines, that's your deadline for getting all the work done and that kind of stuff, and having the test taken. As you guys have kind of started to see this semester, if you were here last semester, I'm tightening up on those deadlines. Okay? So and they're already automatically scheduled into the system to lock you out at that point in that time. So if something comes up, though, if there's something that comes up, like you took that day, and it wasn't or for a couple of days and it wasn't a procrastination kind of a thing, then just let me know and I can we can work something out. But because those things happen, emergencies happen, okay? But make sure you know what the deadlines are so you can meet those deadlines. That will help you stay on top of things and not get so far behind and get frustrated as well. All right? So what I'm going to do today is we're going to go over a couple ideas, and probably mostly ideas are stuff you've learned already in the past. So it's going to be kind of more of a review day today, and then at the end, hopefully we'll finish up a little bit early on that. And then if you have questions or would like to try and practice some problems or get ready for the test, then we'll do that. And that will hopefully help you be more successful on the test. Does that make sense? Okay? So, let's go on to this. Here's our essential question for today. What is the purpose of finding mean, median, and mode of a set of numbers? What is the purpose of finding the mean, median, and mode of a set of numbers? Are those words you guys recognize? You've seen them before or worked with them before?
Yeah, almost everything over here.
Yeah. Yeah, everything here is about up middle school, right? There's not some of them even before them. So you can see this is going to be definitely a review kind of a lesson today. And so you probably going to just fine with understanding this.
Wait, I think they did this last semester too.
No, we didn't do this last semester. No. Everybody sorry? If you need more papers, these, there's one on your table upstairs and we'll write it for you later. Probably get up and go get one. Okay. I'm going to take here and I'll get you a name tag. I'll get you make a name tag. All right. Does everybody pretty much have that copy down? Okay. So lots of people are copying that down. Tell me what you know about mean, median, and mode. Let's start right here. Okay.
I think the next thing is that the thinking is we almost getting the right by how many numbers there are.
Okay. What do you guys think? Do you agree with that?
Is it mean or median?
Everybody's pretty much agreeing that mean is when you add the numbers all up and then divide by however many numbers there are? Yeah, you guys have done that for years, right? And you're right, that is exactly what it is. Okay, and the other word for mean is? Average. Good. Excellent.
Median is, the median is if there's an odd group of numbers to find the exact medium of the set of numbers, or if it's even, add two numbers together and subtract them.
Okay, so you're saying find the number that's exactly in the middle of the list of numbers.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Now, is there more to it than that? What? Yeah, because I asked the question, you said yeah. Okay, you're right. There is a little bit more to it than that. It's because we have to make sure that the numbers are in order. Okay? You can't just take the order that they're in. We have to have them in numerical order.
Oh, yeah.
So like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5.
3.
Yeah, exactly. So that's a little bit of that. We'll get a chance to write that down in just a little bit. But you know, I'm just kind of seeing where you guys are at. And does anybody remember what mode is? Yeah, it's the one that occurs the most. And sometimes you can have a couple numbers that are the mode, right, in the same set of numbers, because this one occurs 3 times and this other one occurs 3 times, and that's the most that occurs, then both of those would be considered a mode. Okay? So
unless it was like a decimal or a fraction, I mean, like, because isn't there like it's different with fractions and decimals, right?
is it?
I don't know, is it?
I don't know. That's a good question. What do you guys think? You think it's different or is it the same? Same?
Yeah, it's okay.
Okay. You sure?
Yeah.
Hey, you're just gonna believe everybody. What if they're wrong? They're not. But what if you were wrong? What if they were?
You're right?
They're right.
Okay.
Yeah. So yeah, make sure you don't just believe everybody just because everybody's saying that, because sometimes many times what they've been doing is, and that one person that said no is the right person, and everybody else said yes, this is it, is the wrong. So make sure you don't just believe them because they said it. All right, you have to be able to prove it as well. So those are those 3 things, and you definitely remember those things, and that's kind of what this lesson is about today. Is for the most part are those basics. But let's figure out the answer to this question, because it doesn't tell me to define these things, does it? Because what is the purpose of these things? Okay, so let me skip over. We're going to do a little review. And one of the things that you're going to start seeing in this unit is this thing called sigma notation. And that letter, this thing right here, is the Greek letter sigma. Okay?
That's like all fractions stuff, right?
Yes, I was going to say that. Excellent. So, like if you go to college and you want to become part of a fraternity or sorority system, then at a college, if you've heard of that, sigma is one of the letters that they use to identify their house, their frat house or sorority house. But it's also used in math and other things, and other kinds of things scientifically. And so In this case, in math, we use it to indicate something called summation. Okay? So what do you guys think the word summation means? Look at the word itself and figure out what it means. Okay, but equals when you're doing what?
Dividing.
Addition.
Addition. Why do you say addition?
No, because it's not sum, when you add to these letters.
Yeah. Okay. So exactly, the word summation has the word sum in it, and remember, sum is the solution to an addition problem. So we're going to be doing some adding and some things, and we're going to find the solution based on this adding. Okay. So let's think about this. This is what you're going to see, and this actually takes using that the symbol like that set up like that actually can take you all the way into calculus. And I know some of you guys may or may not be going that far, but it takes you all the way into calculus on things because of what it's talking about. And this idea is similar to another idea that's used in is further on in math with other symbols. But here's the deal. I'm going to have to go over here so that people can see. That part right there is obviously what we're going to be doing with numbers, isn't it? Okay? So, like if x is 1, like it says at the bottom, I would put the 1 in there, and I set square the 1. So, and that's telling you what to do with the numbers that I'm going to use. Okay? So, if I go to here, this is telling me the number I'm going to start with. And I'm going to start putting the number into the x squared beginning with the number 1. This number tells me the last number I'm going to put in to the x. Okay? And I'm going to put all the whole numbers in between including 1 and 5 into that x squared. Okay? So what that looks like is this. Okay, so what I'm going to start with is I'm going to say 1 squared because it says to start with the number 1. Okay, and because it says x squared right here, right, I'm going to put the 1 in place of the x, and I'm going to square it. That's why I put the 1 squared on there. Now remember, I was supposed to add something. X squared isn't adding, is it?
No, it's not.
No, it's not fine. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to add the next one. So what's the next number after 1?
2 squared.
2. So I get 2 squared.
So p plus 2 squared.
Pardon?
P plus 2 squared.
No, it's 1 squared plus 2 squared.
Oh.
Yeah, sorry. 1 squared plus 2 squared. So what do you think the next one's going to be?
3
Plus 3 what?
squared.
3 squared. Are we done?
No.
Okay, what should I put?
4.
I'm going to make it squared plus 4 squared.
And then 5 squared.
Okay. Should I put plus 6 squared?
No.
No, because at the top again, it says the furthest I'm going is 5.
5.
So this tells me what I'm going to do. This tells me where I'm starting. This tells me where I'm going. Okay? So, once you've done that, what do you think you're going to do?
Put them all together. What? Evaluate. Huh? Yeah.
done?
No,
No, what do we have to do to finish
add
the
them all
work?
together.
We have to actually work it out.
Evaluate the problem, right?
Correct.
Wait, is that what it is, evaluate?
Yep,
See?
it is, exactly right.
I got it from her, she said it.
I like those math words. Those are good math words. Okay, so go ahead and do that. Figure out the answer. Okay, figure the answer with,
We add the square to
you have to deal with the square, so 1 squared would be,
one.
so it'll be 1, 2 squared would be,
Two.
okay? 3 squared would be, but 2 squared is not 2, 2 squared is 4. Yeah.
What was it?
So it's 1, 4, 9, 16, 25. Not bad. Huh? 4 times 4. Yeah, but it's 4. Square root. I got the answer, you want it? Where you're really, really close. You're like 1 off. Literally.
I wrote that coaching there. Giving away the answer, but helping out. It's positive, encouraging. I like that.
40.
Okay?
Close. So you're like 8 off.
So what did you guys get?
55.
55? You guys get 55? Okay, good. And that's great. There's a lot of ways to think about this. You guys all looked out that this is 1, that's 4, that's 9,
16.
that's 16,
25.
This is the first
25. And a nice little thing about this particular problem is that 9, I can look at that and say 9 and 1 is 10, 4 and 16 is 20, 6 is 30, and then the 25 gives me.
That's what I did.
Did anybody think about it differently? Okay.
Biggest numbers first.
Okay, the guys big finish first. That works too. Okay. Now, did anybody else think about it this way? I did that. I thought about it.
Yeah, I did.
Finding ways where you can get like 10s or 20s and make it easier to add.
I did 1 plus 4 plus 9 plus 16 plus 25.
Okay. Okay. Then you can do the 4 plus the 1 plus the 25.
Oh, I thought the 4 was the first, so
So that makes 5 plus 25 makes 30. Right? And you can go from there. That makes it a little easier. There's lots of ways to do it to make it so it's a little bit simpler. Calculate that and not have some silly mistakes on there. So again, when I have the sigma symbol like that, we're not going to use it for this particular next couple lessons, but it was kind of a pre-thing in your foundation. So I wanted to make sure that we, for the rest of the unit, I want to make sure we went over this. Remember that this means summation. I'm going to start. This is the equation I'm using. I plug in the numbers starting with 1 into here.
You just work your way up to 5.
And I work my way up to 5, and then I add all of those answers together.
So is it 1 equals 65? Or is that just like an equation with sigma signal?
It's basically telling you it's an equation.
Oh, so that's an equation.
Yes. It's basically telling you it's got an equation where I got this, I'm adding all the things. 6 plus 9 telling you how much equation. It's not an equation symbol, but it's like telling you here's an equation, or it's actually an expression, not an
It's
equation.
an expression of an
Yeah,
equation.
because it's actually an expression because we don't have equal signs, so we put it there to come up with something, so it's an expression. Okay? And it's telling us what that expression should look like. So let's go to the next heading here. And try it again.
Why would you do that? That makes it more complicated. Well, you're not actually.
As long as you use it for calculating it away.
So it's always single squared?
No.
No.
It's exactly what it says here. There's what you need to get.
Oh, yeah. Oh. So what are you doing? Eight.
No. Minus 2. So basically 2 minus 2, 7 minus 2, 10 minus 2, 5 minus 2.
Is that right now?
Mm-hmm. That's what it says right there. So you got it right.
That's why you guys are helping each other out with this. Too.
So it's 2 minus 2.
8 minus 2,
So you gotta start
4
with
minus 2.
You just like
4 minus 2, 5 minus 2.
All the way to 6?
So then
Okay, right when it's on the bottom is where you start.
you just like on the bottom.
So where to get 0?
Good question.
Oh. So then you just add those together?
So 1, 2,
This is 7.
10.
This is guys, right here. There's a high five. You see that?
Okay, so we got it pretty much. What did you guys come up with?
10. 10.
10, 10, 10. Okay.
21.
So I changed the equation part of it a little bit, right? You had to notice that. And I also changed the starting number. You guys are going to pay attention to that. And you did, so that was great. And that's all there is to summation. That's all it means.
Oh, I actually have a good thing of summation.
Mm-hmm.
This is easy.
Okay? I kind of thought it was going to be a little easier. Because like I say, it's mostly review, except this is a little bit new. We're not going to use this for most of the next 2 lessons that you guys are going to go through, but we are going to use it to get through the unit. So this is kind of, let's introduce this, because you're going to see it as you go through. And I'm trying to go through what you're going to, with the materials that you're going to be seeing over the next couple of days after this lesson. I was trying to get it ahead of time so when you get to the lesson and actually go through the lesson and helps to make sense of the lesson. And you can add things to your notes. Although I'm going to give you the full point when before you leave on your notes because you're working here, you're taking the notes, you're making it make sense. And when you go back and go through your lessons online with your notes, have them there and add to them because I didn't get everything from the lessons, right?
Nice.
Okay. And that way you have that information and you can add more specifics to that, or maybe there's another example that is a little trickier that you'd like to have in your notes that might come kind of taking the test or taking the quiz, and you have that sample and how to do that in front of you so that you can do that.
Or if you like me and put in every single example.
Yeah, sometimes it's important for some people to do that. Okay? And actually, the people that have that found last semester, and I find this, I've been teaching a long, long time, and people that typically have more examples in their notes to refer to or that kind of stuff are the ones that do better on the test and quizzes. So the more things you have, the better off you're going to be. And not just necessarily the example, but even go back now, and how you do this right now is go back and write the steps in Word that you did. Okay, so I want you to think about that. You guys can work together and think about the steps. We're going to share out loud once you've kind of written down what you think the steps are, and then you may want to adjust them as you go through. This is another piece I'm looking for in your notes this time. When you make the adjustments, if you have some things that you find that maybe weren't 100% accurate. Okay, so write the words. What did we did to solve or to work to evaluate? Who had the right word there? Was that you?
That was Conan.
Was that you?
Oh, no,
it was her, but I
Yeah,
said it.
it was Simon, okay. But we're going to evaluate, how do you evaluate implementation? So what is that word?
You plug in the variable. Think about it.
And you can use the next box down and become an example to do that. I'm going to try and shove it into all, because I got one data. Okay, as long as you can make sense of it, because it's not just for you. And I can see you're putting down what you need to put down. And I know those, for those people that are sitting at home and they're going to watch this recording, they should be writing those things down right now too, and pausing the recording until they get that written down, so that they can, see if they can think it through, and then add to their notes as we put it together. Okay, so the thing was, you've got something on your paper, so what do you think is the first thing we're going to do? Let me just get something here set up here so that people on the other end can see what we're working on.
Well, let's do that.
I'll show you just a second. Can we teach one of them?
No.
Teach one what? What are you talking about? Okay. So see where that arrow, see right there where it says enter text, this box right here? You guys can do that on your end when you're on the other end of that. And you can just click on that, and then you can type those box, and it'll let you type in stuff. Okay, so what do you think is the first thing that you should do? What do you think?
You play it.
Well, if you look at problem, you see that x equals 2, so the first thing you have to do is combine the 2 with a little x minus 2 on the right, so it would be 2 minus 2 plus 3 minus 2.
Okay, so let's put that into math terms. So we start with the number on the bottom, right?
Then you plug it into the one on the right.
The number for x on the bottom. Okay. And it's not called plugging in math. So is there no math where there's the plugging thing in?
Combining.
It's some math word. Substitute.
Substitute.
I said first. Okay.
So you're using the number onto the variable, right? In the variable expression. Why did I say variable expression?
Because that's what it is. But
Because it has a variable in it.
Because it has a variable in the expression.
Okay, it has a variable in it. Okay, what else?
Then you have to put each number starting from 2 all the way to the top number, which is 6, in, while adding each, putting
Each number or each, so are we?
each expression.
Are we putting fractions in there?
No, there is no fraction.
There's no fractions, so what do we call numbers?
Whole numbers.
Whole numbers, good. Or each integer number, right? Because I could have started at x equals -2, couldn't I?
Yeah, sure.
And integers mean
Positive.
Integers mean there's no fraction. It can be positive and negative. Okay, and then you can't see that, I can't use that right now. But we talked that out, and the other side, the other end, people will be able to see that without having to move in front of it. Okay, so bad spelling. Okay, so we're going to do that. This is substitution of each number, integer number, until we get to the number at the top of the line. And do you include the number at the top of the line?
Yes.
Okay. Okay. And then what do we do?
We add it all into the equation, so it'd be 2 minus 2 plus 3 minus 2 plus 4 minus 2.
So we're going to add all the expressions that we just got together, right?
So it would be 2 minus 2 plus 3 minus 2 plus 4 minus 2 plus 5 minus 2 and then plus 6 minus 2.
Excellent. Okay, so that is exactly right. And I'm going to use this a little bit bigger. And there we go. All right. So that I know you guys are going to write your offers, which is good, but can we maybe go back and take a second and make a revision of some of the math words in place of the words users? So we can start getting using those math words and knowing what they mean. Or like a parentheses above, a math word above it or something, so that you've got those math words in there. Those math words are already telling us something to do, right? So if you use the word replace, but if we're always using the word replace and we can substitute in the math problem, then how do we know what to do, right? You guys know what those things are, what's happening with those. Okay? Those fucking line words, just replace those in your words with some of the math words or add those in there, okay? But I still want you to have your words, if that makes sense to you. It's just kind of like a place where you can use math words. Get used to those. Okay, I'm going to go ahead and you now have it totally, everything's totally there with now. We've got to start, that's the idea. I want you to start thinking of when we're going to get together. I want to start trying to use those math words when we're writing these kind of things down, okay? And so maybe you put them in parentheses after our words, so we make it make sense, or put macro into our words in parentheses after the word makes sense. Okay? So, measures of central tendency, or measures of center, is what we said at the beginning. We talked about those, mean, median, mode, right? You already know those. You have to put that with what the words I use here. And measures of central tendency is a single number that describes the center of the data. So mean, median, and mode are all ways to describe a center of the data. Okay, we said mean was when we added the numbers together divided by however many numbers I had. And the reason for that is because it tells me if I took pieces of each, if I had like 10 things and 5 things and 4 things, and I wanted to, and maybe one thing, and I wanted to, I could take pieces of each of those things and make equal stacks. How big would those stacks be? That would be kind of average, although that's probably not exactly how you talk about it, probably that's what that means. How much would each stack be? If one was it. Says find a number that describes the center, then you got your median, which is exactly that middle number, right? When they're in order, the middle number, and the mode, which is the one that proves the most. And so, to find a number that describes the center of the data here, okay, for this long set of numbers. So what would that number be? Measure the number that describes the center of that data. I'm going to let you try to figure that out. What do you think?
8.
Okay. Really?
Oh, no. Yeah.
Why?
It would be 10 actually,
Why?
because you have to put them all in order, so it'd be 6, 8, 7, 10, 10, 12.
So you're
and
saying
12.
do this. The 6, 7, 8, 10, 10, and then 12.
Yes.
And if I put it in order like that, then the center number is
10.
Okay? So if I do that, what did I just do? Median, mode.
Medium.
Median, good. Okay? But I say that median in the process, we also might have a mode. What do you think?
Yeah.
10.
Why?
Every 3 times.
It happens 3 times. So in this case, the mode is exactly the same as the median because it's kind of the middle number, but it also occurs the most, right? Okay? And so, is there another center number?
No.
So we use median and we use mode. So 10 and 10.
Now we need to find the mean.
And mean. So this one we said was the middle number when in order, right? We said is the one that occurs the most.
Average.
Okay, this is average, but what is it we're trying to find when we find the mean?
The average of
Between 6 and 12, what is the middle number between 6 and 12?
the average of the whole set.
Okay, so what is the middle number between 6 and 12?
Well, yeah, 6 should be 3. But 3 plus 6 is...
So that's, no, what's the number between 6 and what's the number in the middle of 6 and 12?
9.
You guys agree with that? You said 9.
You
Somebody
alright?
said 9, somebody said 10.
Why would it be 10? 10 isn't at the middle.
Why not?
Between those numbers?
Between 6 and 12. Because he did, if you looked at the, he's saying that the average is the number that's between the middle of 6 and 12. Now, didn't he talk about it? The numbers, the average is in the middle between the 10 and the 6.
Alright?
So which one's the middle?
Obviously not 10, because 10 is 2 away from 12, but 10 is 4 away from 12.
Okay, so how did you figure out it was 9?
Well, I added up all the numbers and that's 51. Well, I added up all the numbers about 63 and there's 9 numbers. I mean 7 numbers, so you divide 7 by 63.
Okay, so you did the actual calculation of the whole thing that you learned how to do. Okay? You said you need an end number, something in the middle.
Yeah.
9. Okay? You know, the same thing.
Isn't
What
that-
if I drew pictures of like blocks as for each of those, and I could move the blocks around, and I wanted to get all the stacks even. How tall do you think the stack would be?
9.
Okay, so that kind of describes that we're looking for the number that's like in the middle of the. Yeah. All right. So. Just kind of keep it in mind, and I don't think we need to go over too much of this because you guys pretty much are pretty comfortable with it, right? For the day. Okay. So I'm going to skip that. So just for your own refresher of memory, write down quickly how you find each of those. So with me needed to know that I was checking, I'll put it back to it, because I checked that. And you're trying to do it quicker now, you think about it. Don't forget you're supposed to also be keeping an app up like this semester, where you like how well you know from one section, and then a lot of homework stuff at the end of each lesson and another section, and so on. Study guides that you should be into go through. We checking those so that we would need a grade for helping those complete. So, again, that's as long as it's going well together, I can find it. It's fine. At the end of the semester, I'm gonna grade them. Check them off, so you know what happens, and make sure you're doing all the work supposed to do. Okay? So, most of you guys okay with that? Okay. So the last thing I want to do before we just talk about a review that might need, you guys remember the family clock?
Oh.
Remember those? Okay, so remember that you kind of draw a line like this down the page, and then the 10th place, or anything about in front of the 10th, to the left of the 10th place goes here. You have to actually start with the smallest, like here, and start with the smallest one, 6. And the 6 goes here, and then the 4 is going to go here on this side. Okay, remember that? And it's like 64. And then the 7 would be next. And there is, we've only 76, so I'm gonna put a 6 and a 6. That also tells me what's going to be the node, right?
Mm-hmm.
And now what's the next one that goes there? Okay,
99.
the 90s. And what am I going to put on the right hand side? And I'm going to put 2 for
29.
then 6, right?
Fine.
Or 29, sorry. Okay. 2 and 9, I put the 2, then the 9, because I do it in numerical order, right? And then, what about the next one?
10.
Yeah, it'd be 10. And then 1, if there was another number that were bigger than 1, they were the second order, then 11. And 1. Okay. And then I can also see very quickly and easily the mean, that it doesn't mean that the median and the mode, because the mode will be right here, right? And the mean, I can just figure out 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, so I have to have the fourth 1, 2, 3, 4. So the mode would be, or the median would be 92 there. Okay? Questions about that? Okay. Quick summary about what we learned at the bottom of your notes. And while you're doing thinking about that, what is the answer to our first question? We did talk about it. What's the purpose of finding the mean, median, and mode of a set of numbers?
Find the center of the data.
Find the center of the data. And there's lots of different kinds, there's a couple different kinds of centers, isn't there?
Yes.
Okay. So it's supposed to be find the center of the data. So write that down now. The last few minutes, we'll take any questions or we'll try to probably like sort of find it.
You need to look over the notes?
I've been looking over them all around. As long as you got your summary and your answer to your there's a question on there. I'm gonna check on that right now. Okay. Does everybody feel comfortable for the systems of equations test, or do we need to try some problems with that?
I feel comfortable.
Can we do this one problem?
Yeah. So I'm going to turn this off and stop the recording.